Hiya, so I'm Max Meadows, Director of Project Force Safety.
Alan Robson, Managing Director of Project Force Safety.
So, 2021, a busy year. Initially, we thought it'd be quite northwest focused. Obviously, we've been trying to build Liverpool and Manchester, working alongside downtown, but we've had some really successful wins in London, which has always been a focus of Project 4, but naturally and organically it's grew. We've been working quite closely with one of the other downtown partners, Laing O'Rourke, so 2 major appointments in London, one in central London, which we can't announce yet. Really looking forward to announcing it, so watch this space, and one on King's Cross, a residential project. So we've started to partner with Laing O'Rourke, and we're hoping to do more and more. Another London appointments is Brock Carmichael, Lewisham, another high-rise scheme, which we're
Another downtown member.
Another downtown member, yeah. So there's a lot going on in London. Still firmly very busy in Manchester and Liverpool, and some new team members to join as well, which I'm sure Alan will run you through that sort of thing.
Yeah, I mean, it was that sort of nervousness from the turn of the year, whether we would be busy or whether there'd be a deeper recession. But it's been from the 4th of Jan, it's been pretty rapid. So inquiries are really good. But like you said, not just in the northwest. You know, we're working right across the north, down into the Midlands and down into the south. So been really active. And yeah, as part of that growth, as we discussed last time, and after a very vigorous recruitment process, trying to learn from mistakes we've made of old, we've appointed a new guy who starts with us on the 11th of May. So we'll be able to announce that next time we do a catch-up.
So actually, it's been quite successful, and it's something that safety advisors don't really do. Really, is there's no real like apprenticeship entry into safety or CDM. So we've always struggled to bring young talent into the business, and we've previously recruited via previous safety advisors or someone who's been in construction elsewhere and came into the business. But with one of our advisors, Conor McElroy, he joined Project 4 straight out of Sixth Form, and in all honesty, he's done really, really well, hasn't he? It's been a real success story. So we were keen to bring someone else in to do that. And we found the right guy. So next week is their first week. We're going to be announcing it following that first week, but it's going to be the same approach. So starting from the basics, supporting the team, maybe a bit more office focus for the first 3 months, but graduating over the course of a couple of years to progress to to a consultant level.
I think what we've learned is our biggest restrictor to growth the last couple of years has been staff, and good staff, good team members. So our new guy, the senior associate director, I think we've seen him 6 times.
Yeah.
So we've really kicked his tires, and we've done, we'd have to hold our hands up and say previously we've been quite reactive and just said, we're busy, let's get the first couple of guys in that we've met. So Dave White, who we can name him now, can't we? He's handed his notice in. So we've seen him 6 times. So we introduced a new strategy of I met with him once on our own, and Max met with him on his own, then together. And then we absolutely grilled him on the technical side, which he smashed. So, and then he was up in the office last week. So we shook hands, he's handed his notice in, and he starts on the 11th of May.
Yeah, he's keen to get started.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So, God, where do we start? A lot going on in Bristol. Got a office development on for Commercial Estates Group. We're actually working on a number of master plans for Commercial Estates Group. One in Leeds, one in Bristol, and a couple of bits and pieces in Manchester. We're starting to get a number of like sports projects, which are quite interesting. So working on the Ricoh Arena in Coventry. Yesterday, one of our advisors was down on Silverstone, where we've got a project with Silverstone. So stadium and sports events and that sort of thing are really interesting projects to work on, and we're starting to get involved in those sort of projects as well, so that's great. So yeah, a real mix. One thing as well that has started to just kick off again in 2021 is because we work across all stages of construction, from feasibility to post-construction and all the rest, we've seen a lot of projects stall last year a bit, and clients maybe get nervous and not want to start on site. So we're starting to see master plans such as Wirral Waters, just across from us here, really start on site and push and get some momentum behind them. So we've got 3 projects over on Wirral Waters, which are all progressing onto site now. So our guys are over there daily now.
Yeah, and I think as well as there's lots of new stuff which has come through from hard work, through referrals. There's been lots of repeat business as well, hasn't there? So the likes of Galliford Try Construction, who we've been retained by for a couple of years now. Just through the work we've done with them, we've been introduced to guys in Scotland and down into the Midlands and even down into London now. So we're working, and I think that's probably part of our focus now, is it's sticking with that. We don't want hundreds and hundreds of clients. We'd rather keep, a handful of clients that we get repeat business from. So with Galliford Try, we're working with the construction teams, the investment teams, and also helping with their strategic BMS system as well. So it's been good, and it takes us everywhere. Yeah. Well, Lango Rourke is probably the newest, isn't it?
Yeah, I mean, we've both got history working with Lango Rourke. Both at a previous company. Alan delivered Alder Hay. I was basically a part of their team for Manchester Airport, so we were always keen to work with them again. We've been client side on a number of projects, but not worked with them directly. And it just so happens we've started to get those appointments. So definitely a strategic view to work alongside them. And yeah, we're keen to continue to progress.
And I think there's other clients that are not as, we've got, we work with Peel, who are big in the Northwest, and everyone knows who Peels are. You want to work with these guys, but there's other developers that we're working with that are probably a little bit more under the radar, like Be More Developments, who are a London-based outfit, Be More and Trigon, who we work with, and we're working on probably a pipeline of about £1 billion worth of projects for Be More, who we'd not come across up until probably about 18 months ago, had we? So
yeah,
more and more for them guys.
I think another thing to shout about is, we're mentioning all major projects here and major principal contractors. We work with everything from your local roofers, your local housing developers, straight up to your major contractors and developers. So there's spin-offs to all of this. And we've had a number of smaller appointments, which are good for us. We like that sort of work. It gives the lads interest as well, because sometimes on these major projects, you're pushing for best practice and really trying to squeeze out any eke of betterment to the job. Whereas working with smaller contractors and smaller clients, you can really see adding value, and you can really see yourself making change. So I know the lads downstairs and lads and girls downstairs mention that they like that side of the business as well. So it's a real variety what we do.
I think the last 6 months as well has been, the less glamorous side, although some people might not think of that, is we're doing a lot of work with housing associations, haven't we?
Yeah.
Who are now more like private sector developers, working from, whether it's working, doing a kitchen and bathrooms refurb across multiple properties in Manchester, or, working on new build properties for the likes of Place First, Onwards, and you're doing work with Archon as well, aren't you?
Archon. Yeah, and we've generally kicked that off with, we call it a gap analysis. So we'd go in and we'd have a look at everything, speak to the whole team and just say, how do you approach CDM? How do you approach safety? And produce a bit of a report off the back of it and an action plan. And as you can imagine, some people are really strong at some things, some people not so much. And then we've gone in then to rectify that and effectively become a part of their team to get them where they need to be. So that's been a real change working with public sector clients over the past year, definitely.
Yeah, I think it's for us, it shows how CDM and safety's evolved, or how we've evolved to deliver it, as opposed to going out and telling people they're doing everything wrong, is actually holding the hand and giving them the tools to fix it. So it's not just delivering projects, which we do and we enjoy, it's helping their businesses deliver projects right across the board.
So Brock Carmichael Architects, we're working across the country with them. They've took us down to Hastings, London, Warrington, here, there and everywhere. I think we've looked at a cigar shop for them in London.
Well, we've just been appointed.
Yeah.
I think it's in Kingston.
Yeah, Kingston upon Thames. Yeah. Kroll Corlett have been a long time sort of partner of ours. So we are their full-time safety function, and I know they've recently just partnered with you. So yeah, definitely.
Shape Land and Property as well. We've been doing some work for them on the development side of their business. Christ, we haven't thought that far.
Well, I think that, we've both gone up there, but we haven't fully used it to its full effect yet. But we've just took a new office in Manchester in Bruntwood, Blackfriars. Me and myself and Alan went up last summer. Obviously, it was a pretty empty office. It was a brand new office, but we're keen to get up there more. Alan, I think you're planning on getting up there next week.
Yeah, I think that is to build Manchester. I mean, we've got a profile over there anyway. It's not like we're new to Manchester, and we had office space, and we've got a lot of clients, and we've got some big projects over there. But I think, the plan for 2021 is to get over there and have a bit more of a presence. Same with London. We're just about to sort an office dress in London, some desk space with one of our clients actually. So I think it's more of the same, but also is to look now to build teams within each of these regions. So we've already started the process for getting someone to head up Manchester, if you like. So it's more of the same. Keep the team together. Like I think Max said earlier on, it feels like for the first time in nearly four and a half years that all the team are on the same page. So I think it's important that we do look after them. I think we've got a good team spirit at the minute, so it's to give them the opportunities to grow, because we've got quite a young team. So give them opportunities to maybe go over and head up Manchester, and give them opportunities to work on the larger projects, isn't it? Because I think when we spoke last time, it was only really myself and Max who can work on the larger projects. So the team have grown rapidly and done, they're adding real value to our clients' projects. So more of the same, and growth within the other regions is probably the order of the year and beyond.
I think you mentioned it was a bit of a restrictor before, but we've always maintained a bit of a mantra that there's director involvement in every project. So you'll get myself or Alan involved, but we're at a point now where all of the team can quite rightly smash a project themselves. They're really good. So myself and Alan find ourselves generally doing, engagements, really setting up a project the right way, and then picking up on key issues in the industry, which are going to change over the course of the year. So there's big changes coming post-Grenfell. So we've been doing a lot of strategic sessions with clients, contractors, developers, architects on post-Grenfell fire strategies, that sort of thing. So a lot of our time now is spent strategically with clients, doing briefing sessions, and we're more than happy to offer that free of cost, just to get in front of clients as well. So it will be something that we'll be pushing with Downtown more, and just a bit of a focus over the next year, really.
I think that's it, really, because it's easy that our profession and our health and safety and CDM has got that sort of taboo attached to it, and it's people quite often roll their eyes when you announce who you are at a project meeting, but it's getting in front of these clients to see that we can add value, and it's not just about ticking boxes, is it? And I think that's where Max has certainly worked very hard with the guys, drilling into them as what, we're not just there to fill in paperwork, we're there to challenge designers and work with designers, and I think that's coming through now, and some of the feedback we've had from key clients has been worth the hard work in the last 12 months,
Definitely.
2 years.
Which pubs are you looking forward to going back to in the next few weeks?
God.
We got attached to Gino's, didn't we? The bar area in Gino's. I know it's a bit upmarket, but just to base off there.
I'll be heading straight to Shenanigans.
Yeah.
No, we'll do Gino's and then we'll go Shenanigans.
Shenanigans is up there, yeah.
And the
Denby Castle.
The Denby Castle.
Denby Castle downstairs in Denby Castle, we love it there. But we've got to find ones that you can drink outside first, unfortunately. So we'll be focusing on areas that we can drink outside.
Yeah.
I think we're doing the event on Exchange Flags.
Exchange Flags, yeah.
On the 16th.
Should be good.
So we'll plan on maybe going there, maybe taking a few clients. So yeah, that's the plans. Looking forward to getting out. What have we got? Well, we were discussing what had carried over from last year, actually. So events with you guys. Obviously, we'll be attending all of your dinners. We're planning to go to the Belfry regeneration event as well. So that'll be a mix of golf. I'm sure there'll be a few beers involved and catching up with people as well. We're Obviously, I'm a blue, Alan's a red. Last year, we booked one night with Carlo Ancelotti with Everton in the Liver Buildings, which they've said they're going to honour. I think even you're interested to go and see him, aren't you?
Which he's got to say.
Which says something about it. So we're keen to get those sort of things booked in. We keep hammering them for another date. So yeah, I think
Trying
it's
to
going
get to the events in Manchester as well, because we naturally do Liverpool events, don't we? So
yeah.
But yeah, trying to pick our battles, because there's going to be a lot between now and the end of the year. So yeah.
When you asked that question then about the Bulls, I was like, fuck, we put that's what it is.
Yeah, I didn't know you asked that.
Oh yeah.
If you enjoyed that video, then please subscribe to our YouTube channel on the link below and be among the first to get to listen to all the latest interviews through the Downtown Den.